Talent truly transcends borders, and true to this statement, today we bring you a recording artist all the way from Uganda. She goes by the name Shivanah. Her love and prowess in music has seen her use it as a tool to promote African culture and heritage, and at the same time, use it to sensitize people about human trafficking and girl child rights. Take a look at this. Music has over the years played an important role in promoting a people's culture and way of life. Mastering the art therefore takes time and requires a lot of focus. Shivanah Pavin, known on stage as Shivanah Black Bird, is a recording artist from Uganda.
Shivanah's journey started as a dancer, an actress, and a writer as well. So the love started from all the way from high school, having so much love for dancing, and yeah, once you get into the space of realizing your talent somehow, you keep on growing and growing. So I started as a dancer and an actress. In Kampala, of course, from club to club, having shows here and there, like concerts and the shows and all that. So as time went on, the groups that I started my dancing career with grew into singing. They spotted talents that we could also actually sing. So we started singing, and that's how I started my music journey as an artist. Yeah, I started with singing groups, and then after we did a few hits here and there in Kampala, making noise for people and entertaining people, and yeah, that's when I went solo and I started doing my music as myself. Yes, as a dancehall artist. Nice. So you see, it has been a journey.
She strongly believes that taking time to nurture one's talent and establish the right connections is critical for any artist if they are to leave a lasting mark in the industry, since being a one-hit wonder is not what most artists would want of their careers.
I think it's very, very important to take it so slow and not to have too much expectations when you're coming into the music industry, because it has a lot of challenges. It comes with a lot of things. Like, I think that's one of the things that is killing all of us, the upcoming artists. Like, we want to come and hit it, and and that's why we end up having one hit song. But I think if you take your time to grow through, even by the time you're becoming a solo artist, or making a hit song, you've already made the right connections that won't take advantage of you. You've had the knowledge. It's the same thing that we do in school. Some of us up to now we are successful and we didn't go to school, but you're like, and others are like, well, I went to school but I didn't gain anything. But somehow the knowledge helped you, yeah? So it's the same thing with taking your time, process by process, as you get into the music industry. Yeah, it helped me a lot. It really did. Right now, I am working more on creating awareness against human trafficking. Yeah, because that is something that I think we really need to teach the youths nowadays, because at the moment, we all think as youths the only way you could make it in life is by kwenda maju. You get going to look for greener pastures abroad or wherever you'd feel, and it all comes with a lot of challenges that youths do not know, like exploitations and all the safe measures that you need to take to practice safe migration. And yeah, I think I've been working on a lot of issues, women issues, children issues, but with my new song that is called African Aliyah, the reason as to why I really concentrated so much in this is because a lot of people are going through this, a lot of people, and the human trafficking that I'm talking about does not discriminate just only the youths. Like, it's not something that is only affecting the youths. At old people, at some point, maisha inakupiga, like, I think the only way I can make it is like wacha niende tu maju, you get. Yeah, so I think it's very important for people to understand all the challenges and also to understand what safe migration means, yeah, and all that. And I feel music is the best way to reach out. Yeah.
Her latest release, which is a hit song, African Aliyah, depicts the African way of life and how human trafficking has had a negative impact on the culture.
African Nalia is an African song. Even the rhythms in it, the beats is just so African. And the reason as to why I wanted to concentrate with that originality of being Africa. And also, I am addressing this in a way of creating awareness within Africa. It was so important to, even in terms of choosing what beats to go with, it was so important to go back to, you know, the African rhythms, which ones would our people relate with more. And also, you know, just the language, not using too much of English. It's not like Africans don't know English. But yeah, it was so important for me to use, you know, the language that we could all, you know, understand. Yes. But it's a lovely song. African I wanted to create a connection with the audience. Like I said, my target was to, I wouldn't want anyone out there, any race out that is not African, to, you know, get in trouble in human trafficking, but also charity begins from home. Yeah, it was very important for me to relate with, you know, with the people that were going to be my audience, and I felt through using African, you know, originality, even with the clothes and even the message, the language was so important to, yeah, go African.
Her unique style of delivery is a deliberate approach to ensure that the message gets home to her fans, as she intended at the idea conception stage of her creative process.
First, I would let me first address those who don't feel like it's a must. It's not a must though, but I think just as Africans, if we really want to put ourselves at a level where, you know, the people who are in Maju, especially musically, we enjoy Western music a lot, like more than we even, you know, enjoy our own music down here. And it all comes back to the artists, because no one is doing that. Like, we feel like, okay, doing songs in English is, why not a song in Swahili? Why not a song in your local language and communicate to the people back home? And the competition doesn't really have to be within the city. At the end of the day, if it's good work, if it's good music, it will reach the right people, and yeah, will still be represented somehow, to the point that if you're in Kenya, you won't hear any other music. It's not bad. It's not like a must. We have to listen to Kenyan music or East African music. Yeah, it's okay to invite and you know, embrace the other music, but then also have our stand that, okay, we have artists doing this and we have people also supporting it.
Although she has her roots in Uganda, Shivanah strongly feels that as the Kenyan people, we need to have an identification in the music industry, because that is what other people recognize most from a region.
We do not have an identity. People like, of course, West Africa is still part of Africa, which is so amazing. But then how about us as East Africa? How about our identity? And that is something I really think we should fight on. If it's the identity of Kenya, where is our identity? Is our identity Gengeton only? And are we proud of all the Gengeton music? Is it representing Kenya properly? What is the identity of Uganda? At least Tanzania, they have bongo, and it's really good music that everyone could dance to. You get? So at the end of the day, it's not really about, you know, copying what is the other, but just identity. Like, it's very important for us as like a whole of like East Africa.
Music business is not spared of challenges. As a professional artist, Shivanah says she has had to overcome a lot of challenges, some of which upcoming artists need not to go through them.
The challenges. I think music is just like any other business. And nowadays, music has really become like a career. It's your business. As an artist, music is really your business. And of course, like any other business, the music industry has been really affected, most especially that, of course. That's the only way we make our money, that's how we make our living, that's how we identify. So everything was shattered. But also that was the time for us as artists to re-strategize. You get, if the music that you've been doing is strictly entertaining music, like, you know, the club songs, now that everyone is home, they're with their kids, are you still going to do Gengeton? You get, it was time for us to re-strategize and, you know, think about the other ways. Yeah, I'm still under music, I'm still doing music. However, the message that I'm passing now is the message that would, build me and will still keep me in the board and the charts, as an artist. Yeah. But the challenges are so many. There are so many. And I won't say it has been soft, more especially as an upcoming artist. It's not even about being a female artist or a male artist. They're always there, because even when you're a male artist, there are a lot of people who take advantage of you, more especially financially. If you do not know how to put all these working plans down, studios will use you. Like, you need to, that's why I say that the process by process, taking things slowly, is really important, because it helps you. By the time you're getting into a certain level, you already have the connections that you've made. But then if you just coming in and you're like, okay, nimetoka huku and I'm in Nairobi, I am going to do this music. The determination is very important, and it's very, very important. I can repeat that like as many times as possible, but the determination needs planning. If you don't have plan, there are a lot of challenges. Not just, of course, if you're used financially, you get disturbed mentally, you won't even sing properly when you're in studio. Like, there are a lot of things that artists need to look forward to, and most especially as a feminist, I think as female artists, before we really try to break into the walls of the music industry, we need to be really ready, and when you come with too much expectations that you do not have plans for, you will end up being used, and so used in very many different ways.
Despite the challenges, she has been able to make big moves in the industry thanks to her elaborate support system and close confidence.
What drives me? I think it comes back to support. Yeah, when you're doing something and you really feel it's good, something good, and you don't feel appreciated, it doesn't feel so good. So what has really, really kept me going is the support that I've had around me. I've had like the greatest support ever. Like, in terms of those, the person in charge of moving my music, taking me to studio, making sure after studio have I eaten, do I have transport, am I safe, do I need to record another song? Like, I've had a bunch of, a whole team behind me. There is Kay Lucky Gang right there, who is my manager. Like, she has done a great job. Like, the support, that's what I'm trying to explain. It has been a lot of support. I have an organization that I work with. It's called Azadi. It's an organization that is survivor-led and survivor-centered for survivors of human trafficking. Yeah, so they've also been a very good support. Also, my fans, there was a little bit of time where I disappeared, but when I came back, they came through. Like, there was support, there was love from friends, more especially with the fact that I do music that is really educative and create awareness creating most of the times. I've had a bunch of support from friends, Akina Mpumes, Antonia, Ivo, like those who help financially here and there, Sophie, please, we've all, even with my job, they're like, are you safe in your job? Are you having, the well-being?
As for now, Shivanah the Black Bird is focused on releasing more hit songs that will not only educate her fans, but also promote the African culture and way of life.
Mind the space you surround yourselves with. If you're an artist and you really want to make it, and the best you can do is wake up, go to some, ghetto to chill, namayangs, namanini, you will not grow. The growth you get around the people that surround you is very, very important. And if you're seated somewhere, and as an artist, if your music does not change year after year, like even last year there was no breakthrough, even a video you've not done, and there is no change in, that means the circle that you have around you is not good. Let's jaribu to put ourselves around the good people that will give us support.